Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to the Sunday night Fireside Chat. Here I am, Kara, and my awesome husband, Jim, and we're running the Fireside Chat tonight.
Special guest.
And we have a special guest tonight, Shelley Hobbs. For those of you who joined us or re-listened to the Rhino Run call from yesterday, Shelley gave an awesome talk on Instagram. And I know I've listened to it twice now to restart because we are fairly new to Instagram and trying to do better with, we will do better with our Instagram page. So, all right. So tonight, the first 10 minutes, we're going to start with questions. Can you guys hear that dinging in my? Okay. We're going to start with questions. If anybody has questions for Shelley, you can unmute yourself and you can ask questions. So if nobody, does anybody have a question to start off for Shelley related to who watched her? Show of hands, who watched from yesterday? Who watched Shelley's talk from yesterday? I see some people's hands going up. We listened in the car, and then I listened a second time on the way down here. So does anybody have specific questions right now for Shelley? I have a couple. Okay, so we got some questions coming in from, okay, so Nick's asking, when you search for your area, like you mentioned, are you then clicking into hashtags or, oh, it's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. It says Nick. This is so confusing. Hi, Kelly. All right, so when you search for your area, like you mentioned, are you then clicking into hashtags or locations to find people? I love that idea and started today.
Okay, that is an awesome question. And here's the thing. Okay, so when you go to the magnifying glass, and so I live in Peoria, Arizona, which is Northwest Phoenix. So technically I could look at Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix, Glendale, and Surprise, literally 50-mile radius of me, right? But if I pop in Peoria, Arizona, there's four categories at the top. One says top, one says accounts, one says tags, and one says places. You could literally go to any of those, kind of whatever you're feeling that day. So if I just go to top and I go to Peoria, Arizona, this is literally, I don't know if you can see it, people who have put that their photo location is in Peoria, Arizona. Okay, so when I hashtag something, or when I put my location, you guys, sometimes I'll put Peoria, Arizona. Sometimes I'll put Scottsdale, Arizona. Sometimes I just put Arizona. Sometimes I put Glendale, Arizona. And so I'm getting all of these surrounding areas, so that way when anyone is searching for that, I will come up in any one of those. So I could go on that. And so quite honestly, when I do that, I see this girl right here. I'm like, oh, she's cute, right? She looks fun. She's out on the water. She's probably like pleasant. I click on her. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to go to accounts. Accounts mean that these are probably businesses or people who have listed their location being in Peoria, Arizona. A dentist, a plastic surgeon, a lash specialist, right? A hairstylist. Tags would mean anyone who's hashtagging anything in that area. So like when I go to tags, I see hashtag Peoria, Arizona. Hashtag Peoria, Arizona small businesses. That's a good one, right? And then the list Peoria, Arizona real estate. So I like the tags because I want to target small businesses. I want to target photography in Peoria, Arizona, real estate, right? But then places are probably places that I would frequent as well. Like, for instance, Peoria Sports Complex, which is where all of the spring training happens. This, however, is a little bit different. I'm kind of going off on a tangent here because people come in for spring training. So they're not necessarily people who live here in Arizona. If I'm thinking about, I want to grow like a super awesome local team, I'm probably not going to click on the Peoria Sports Complex, but I probably will click on, I see all of these communities. I see my community, I see Arrowhead, Lake Pleasant, Peoria Estates. that means these are people who are somehow tagging these places that they live in around me. So the answer to that question is any of those work. Literally any of those work. I happen to like the hashtags because that means also, that's usually one of the first places I go because I really like real estate agents, right? They're already business minded people. Usually they're open to other opportunities. And we all know that they need lots of brain clarity, energy, and focus, right? So really, you guys, but Kelly, who asked this question, it's a great question because you could tackle any one of those 4 categories and literally go down the rabbit hole, you guys. Like, it is so much fun. And I'm telling you, like, if you could dedicate 2 hours, 3 hours a day, I know it seems like a lot, but really expanding your network, right? Liking and commenting, following, liking and commenting, and then continuing to engage and engage and engage with those people. Here's the thing. These people, they pay attention because not everyone's getting a ton of likes and comments. So when they do, they're like, oh my gosh, this girl liked and commented on my stuff, right? Or this dude did. They notice it. They see it. And even with as many followers as I have, I notice when people like and comment on my stuff as well. So I hope that answered that question. And it's so exciting. I think especially from a grow your local community perspective. I mean, think about the amazing keto life parties you can have with these local people, right, you guys?
Yeah, I know you can't see me because I'm in the dark with the kids, but I love that. I love that idea because, you know, Nick and I have built locally. Like that's how we started and grew. And so this whole social media thing, like I've grown a good following connecting, like, but the transition has been slower because it feels so distant to me, you know, because we've grown belly to belly. And so I love the idea of still growing locally, but through Instagram. Like, it's so genius. When you said that, I was like, I love that. That was so awesome.
Cool. I mean, it's so powerful to be able to grow belly to belly like you've done it, but then have the aspect of social media that works for you 24/7, whether you want to do it locally or whether you just find someone else who has the same interests as you, right, Kelly? So like a homeschool mom, right? You're going to be able to find that hashtag and find a ton of homeschool moms who you guys already have as all of this relatability already. But even cooler to find homeschool moms in your area. And I don't know if I said this on my video the other day, but I've built my business literally 100% through social media. So what you guys already know, the belly to belly, the face to face, and then pairing this with it, like this is going to supercharge your business. It gets me super fired up.
Shelley, I'm just going to say for those of you who maybe didn't catch Shelley's interview yesterday, watch it, but you're rank 8, right?
Yes.
So you built your whole business on social media. So that's crazy because I know for us, that's a place that we're really not tapping into.
Yeah.
We love face to face. So you know.
Yeah, and here's something else to think about with online, you guys. It's, you know, a lot of times people say find a niche or you're not talking to everyone. I just really say use it as a place to be accountable to your own health and wellness journey, number one. That's super powerful because there are so many people out there who are stuck. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. And when they find someone like you, they're like, oh my gosh, this person's taking action in their life, right? So they're attracted to someone who's a doer. So that way they can try and gather some information. And so, and I personally, and so I like to say this also, I am 46. So I think a lot of times people think, oh, social media is only for those in their 20s, right? I'm not going to do well here. Yes, you will, because there are other 46 somethings, right, who have the same lifestyle that I do, who have the same interests that I do, who want to know what I know. And we all have, remember that day one, we all have that day when we popped up and we said, I think I want to learn more about keto, or I think I want to learn more about how to be healthier, or I want to learn more about how to move my body, or I want to learn more about how to have a positive mindset, or I'd love to earn some extra income and not have to go get a job away from my kids. How could I do that, right? Someone is starting today with that very same thought. So if we can always kind of think about how to keep it so simple, and I'm going to say There was a post on Nick's Instagram that I actually copied for my team. I was like, this is a great lifestyle post. He was cutting his kid's hair, right? But talking about being a dad and how he never would have had that time had he been at work. Like, that is legit an awesome lifestyle post of here's how, here's what I'm doing today and here's how it used to be and now I get to do this. So those types of stories influence anyone at any age, because no matter what age we are, we're all in different stages, And so I really just kind of want to impress upon you guys that it doesn't matter like the age that you are. Believe it or not, I have a few 18 and 19-year-olds on my team, and then they think, oh, well, I'm not as seasoned in life, or, I don't have kids, or I don't have these other things to be able, who's going to listen to me? Where some of us in my age range might be thinking, oh, is anyone really listening to me on social media? Is anyone, everyone's younger. It's just not the case. We're all out there. We just need to find each other. And oftentimes I'll even do like fit over 40, right? Or you could do fit over 30, depending on what your age range is, right? Fit over 50, fit over 60, those kinds of things. And so finding people through hashtags is really fun as well. We can talk a little bit about, even if you want to, like hashtagging in your post or your comments, kind of what to hashtag if you guys are interested in that. But I'm here for questions, so I don't want to. I could go on and on forever about this topic. I mean, it is like my jam. I love it.
Go, Missy. You have questions.
Hey, Shelley. I was wondering, so this may not be social media, but do you have your top 3 videos that you do?
Yeah, that is a great question. I have sort of like I have all day long, when my kids are at school to do my business, here are all of my DMOs, boop, 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 right? And then I have like a mini power session DMOs, and I'm stretched for time. I've got all these other things going on, but I still have to stay consistent in my business. So this is going to seem really strange at this very first one, but I do this all the time. Happy birthdays on Facebook. I go tell people happy birthday. Whether it's 3 people, sometimes I'll have 23 people. I go tell people happy birthday, because when I'm commenting on their page, happy birthday, and I'm sending them a message through Facebook Messenger, it plays with the algorithms in a way that, like, I'm still making my posts every day, right? I make 1 to 2 posts. Sometimes I get super excited and I'll get like 4 or 5 posts in. I just share my life, like unapologetically share my life, period. So I always do my happy birthdays. I will always do my expand my network all of the time, no matter what. My business is at a different place these days where I have a lot of messages coming into me. So I get the good fortune of being able to be like, oh my gosh, I have all these messages to answer on Instagram, Facebook, email, right? So that's part of my top 3 that I have to get to those. Because when you don't get to people quickly enough, sometimes they go to other people, right? So you got to get it while it's hot. But let's just say that I was in a place where people weren't coming to me all the time and I had to go do an outreach. I would find a way to go outreach. Now, that can come in many different forms. It could come as, so I think I told you on that previous call, when you're doing this whole Instagram thing, then this is really cool when it's very powerful when it's local. Because when they follow you back and be like, hey girl, so excited that you followed me back, or so excited to connect on here. I love meeting people in my same area. How long have you lived here? Now they're gonna engage back. You're gonna get a little ping pong back and forth, right? Keep it there. But then, let's say now you're liking and commenting on their stuff. Maybe they're liking and commenting on yours. And I'm pretty bold. So let's say I'm putting out a post about the reboot. Or let's say, like every Monday, I put out a post that I'm got experience packs ready to go. Does this one have your name on it? So let's say I'm doing about the reboot. I'll choose 5 to 10 people. I'll be like, you know what? We've been chatting. You were just on my mind. I'm running this group, or I'm in this group, right? I'm in this super cool coaching group where we're going to do a 60-hour keto reboot. Here's a little bit about what's it about. I don't know if this is something that would be for you or not, but I wanted to put it out there. I thought it'd be fun if we could do it together. Does this interest you? I'm just really bold that way. And I kind of sit down for a minute and I'll type out on my notepad, like, how would I want to say this to someone? And then I kind of type it out and then I send it. I'll go send it to 5-10 people a day, you know? And so I think it's important to do reach outs and invites. I call them invites. You're inviting them to something. And Nick and I were chatting a little bit about like, hey, does your team promote the reboot very much? You know, and it's a really cool tool, you guys, to be able to attract new customers, have them have quick wins, have them try a plethora of our products. And guess what? There's a coaching group. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to be the expert, but you can invite them to something like this, right? So I like that. I don't know, Missy, if that kind of answers your questions for that, but it's always happy birthdays. It's always expand your network, and it's always answer messages. But if you don't have messages to answer, oh, of course, my battery is running low on my computer. I might have to switch over to my phone. If you don't have messages to answer, then you have to think about, who are 5 people I can reach out to every single day and invite them to something that I have going on. And you just got to be bold, right? I always think about it. If they don't hear it from me, they might hear about it from someone else. And then I'll be mad at myself that I wasn't bold enough. And if they say no, it's okay. You're planting the seed. You're a farmer, right? You're a farmer. You're plowing the row and you're planting the seed. Whether they say yes or not is besides the point. Now you've got their attention.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope that was helpful. Let me see here. Are there any other questions? Is Instagram owned by Facebook? Yes, it is now. It wasn't back then, but it is now. Oh, here's a great one. How often do you recommend posting on your Instagram feed? So here's a great way to start, you guys, because a lot of times people are overwhelmed with what to post. And quite honestly, people get overwhelmed with what to post because they see all these other like super big accounts with all these fancy photos and fantastic coloring and everything looks perfect. Am I right? Does anyone see that? And you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know where to start with that. All their kids are wearing the same color clothes, right? And I can barely even get a shower in by 3 o'clock. So here's what I tell people to start. Whatever you're posting on Facebook, just post it over on Instagram. So you're getting in the habit and being consistent. Facebook to Instagram. Copy, paste, post. That's your first step. Your second step is to hashtag. You can hashtag up to 30 hashtags. Here's a little hack. I have a notepad on my phone that says IG hashtags, and I have like categories. Keto, moms, fitness, personal development, all kinds of things like that. And I found 30 hashtags that I kind of like to use, and I'll copy and paste them and I'll put them in the comment section. So just to start, whatever you're posting on Facebook, post it to Instagram, do your 30 hashtags, okay? That's how people are gonna find you. So I would say definitely 1 post a day, for sure. And then really show yourself in your stories. And it was really hard for me at first, but I just pushed myself out of my comfort zone. And now I just show up all the time. I talk. So I can talk for 7 minutes on Instagram stories. It's the craziest thing ever. And so that's when people get to see the behind the scenes of you and they get to know, like, and trust you. And, you know, you can invite people to things in there. You can tell them what's going on, the reboot. You've got experience packs ready to go out. You can talk about, you know, why you love your business, and then all the other really cool just pieces of your life. And you think that no one is interested? They are, you guys. We are reality TV based society. People just want to know what's going on in other people's lives. And when you're taking action and you're doing fun, exciting things and you're lit up and you feel excited, they are attracted to that because they want it so desperately. So how many times to post? I always do at least once a day. Quite honestly, yesterday I did like 6 times. I was like, I am excited about this, that, and the other thing, and I just posted. So That's how many times, at least once a day, up to however many times you want. Okay, let me see here.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Should you post to Instagram and use the share to Facebook option, or post manually, individually on both? I do so I have a business account, so mine shares to my Facebook business page, so that's good. And then all my stories share over there too. So what's annoying is I have to have all my stories download to my phone, and then I have to upload them to my personal Facebook. It's super annoying. So if you don't have a Facebook business page, you don't need one. So that's great. Just have it connect to your Facebook. For sure, I would, yes. And that way anything transfers over to your Facebook posts, and then your stories transfer over there too. So definitely. And here's a little hack as well. Like sometimes I don't do things for likes or comments, because behind the scenes, I'm getting tons of people messaging me a lot of times. But sometimes I'm like, it's not really a good time to post. I don't follow algorithm times. I just post when I can so I can get it done and be consistent. But sometimes I'll go and I'll put a little period in the comment section. And what that does is it raises it up in the news feed. It says, oh, someone's commenting on Shelley's post, so it raises it up. So I could post something I posted this morning. I could go put a period on it right now. It's like prime time for posting, right? Or sometimes if it didn't get a lot of play, I'll just copy paste it, post it now, and then go delete the one I did earlier this morning. That's a funny little hack, isn't it? Gareth says you're reading my mind. Okay, awesome. Any other questions, you guys? Was this helpful? Is this like mind-blowing to you? Is this super exciting?
Yes.
I know it's super helpful for us.
Yes.
I love that you said that about not worrying about the algorithms, because I heard Kendra talking about that one time, and she was saying how like you're so worried about when to post and when not, and this and that. But like if I'm a mom of 3 kids and I'm up at 5 a.m. because whatever, they're thirsty, dead thirsty at that time of day, like that's when my people are up checking Instagram too. Or like if you're a breastfeeding mom and you're up at 2 a.m., whatever it is, like that's when your people are up checking anyhow, that are doing exactly what you're doing. So I love that you said that too.
Exactly. Yeah. Just be you, be consistent. That's the number one thing, is just be consistent. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. And another cool thing is, like, if you get inspired for a post, you can queue it up. So sometimes I'll queue it up, meaning like I'll get the photo ready, I'll get the text all ready, and then it's like you wouldn't know this unless you sort of made a mistake. That's why sometimes mistakes are really great. One time I accidentally backed out of my post. I was like, oh no. And then at the bottom it said save as draft. And I was like, oh, I can save it as a draft. So you can back, it's like you're almost ready to post it, and then you hit the back button, and then it offers you to save as draft. So you can just save it, and you can do that a whole lot of times, and then you can go back in and post it when you want to. Another cool hack, hopefully I'm not overwhelming you guys here, but you can archive things. So a lot of times if I'm like, woo, Blue Ocean, 20% off, I don't want to leave. So this is really good about looking at your news feed. I don't want to leave up lots of sales and flash sale types of posts. Okay, I'm okay with flashing my ketones packs. I'm okay with flashing my ketones cups, but I don't want a whole bunch of stuff to be like Blue Ocean 20% off or 25% off ketones today. So what you can do is go up to the upper right corner. There's 3 little dots, and you can hit archive. This is so super cool. Then what it'll do, it'll go into your archive library. So then you could always be like, oh, Blue Ocean was on sale that one time. I'm going to go in there. What was that post that I did? I'm going to go do the same one. Repost it, copy and paste. Super simple to like re-leverage your content. I know we're kind of getting like deep dive here on social media and stuff, but like this is literally why I've built my business 99% like this. I have to go grab my battery pack right now. Of course, I didn't bring it with me.
Yeah. So Shelley, I think, so we're like at 25 minutes now. So we are super thankful for all of your tips.
Yes.
But I think for tonight, we're going to keep writing our questions down. I know I'm going to have some questions.
Awesome.
Questions, obviously. And I know, Nick, did you want to say anything before we wrap up with Shelley here.
No, that was awesome. Super great. I think it was awesome doing the recording to let the people watch it at their own pace yesterday. And then having you in person on the Zoom tonight to answer questions. It's true though, like 10 minutes was not even close to enough to get started.
We needed.
At 25 minutes, we're going to let you go. She just got, her battery must have died. So let's wrap the end of the Fireside Chat a couple extra minutes later than normal, just because that was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say without Karen Jim, and I was like, wait, no. Yeah, I think keep going tonight, and then we can try to figure out timing later. But I think that was good. I loved her training yesterday.
Yeah, it was really good.
Well, the stuff she did tonight was tremendous.
I took a whole bunch of notes.
I mean,
so we don't keep you guys on really long. Jim and I are going to talk tonight, or I'm going to try to like super talk so we don't spend much time on negativity. The last like bunch of weeks, I just feel like I have been surrounded by negativity. And one of the big things with Keto Academy and more and being in the Prove It community is that negativity belongs nowhere where we are. It is not going to serve us for our business. It's not going to serve us for relationships. It's not going to serve us in this community. So I've been reading and listening to podcasts and stuff. So I kind of compiled a bunch of things and I just wanted to go over how to deal with negativity. So obviously negativity is around us every day, all the time, whether you're fighting with your spouse, or your kids aren't listening, you get a flat tire when you go to work, whatever. There's so many things that can take you down the rabbit hole of negativity. So I wrote down a whole bunch of strategies to help you deal with negativity. Because once you're feeling really negative, your whole life suffers, from your family to your business and everything in between. All right, so first thing that we need to deal with is our mindset. So, and I'm going to look at my notes because I took lots of notes. So we need to wake up every morning with the expectation that today is going to be a great day, okay? So if you wake up dreading what you have to do today, who knows what that might be, but if you wake up going, oh, I don't want to do this, it's Monday, I got this or that, or whatever your situation is, if you wake up like that in the morning, you are going to have a bad day because you're setting the expectation first thing in the morning that you're going to be negative. So we need to wake up every morning and go, you know what? Today is going to be a great day, no matter what we have to face going into that day. And then we need to remember that we need to take control of what we can and let go of the things that we cannot control. So some things are just out of our control. So we need to stop worrying about it, stop stressing over it, and let it go. So like, for example, two quick, for instances, things that Jim and I stress about at home at night is like, we don't meal plan ever. So dinner comes around and it's a huge stress at our house every night because we don't know what we're eating, we didn't get anything out of the freezer, and we don't know what to do. So that's something that we can control, because if we just sat down and made a plan, we could not deal with that negativity every night. So we can deal with that. There's 1,000 things that like we can control that so that we don't need to deal with that negativity. Things that we can't control that we've dealt with very recently is like when our dogs got skunked. Both of them, big dogs, 100-pound plus dogs, and they get skunked at 4 a.m. and you're like, are you kidding me? So we can either be super negative about it, which it was really hard not to be, but we didn't. We just got together, worked it out, and took care of everything. So, we could have been yelling and fighting and screaming and because if you've ever been through that, it's a really not fun thing to go through. So, we couldn't control that it happened. It happened, and we needed to deal with it, and we just moved on. All right. So when you find yourself feeling negative, whether it's about yourself or negative things, there's a couple strategies, and I'm going to start with, and it depends on what the situation is and where you're at. But like, if you're sitting at your desk or you're sitting at home and you're like, you know what, I'm just sick of everything. You really need to go to a place of gratitude. And I know sometimes it's really hard to do that, especially if things have been like piling up and it's day after day after day and thing after thing after thing. I get that. But when you start feeling that way, you need to sit down and you need to say, what has gone good today? What has gone good the last couple days? Hey, I'm awake. I'm drinking ketones. I have these great friends in this awesome community who will surround me. Maybe I need to reach out to one of them. Go to a place of gratitude, think of all the things, and don't forget to celebrate the small accomplishments. Like, hey, I sold a 10-day today. Hey, I talked to a stranger about ketones and I'm really afraid of that. Like, think of all the small accomplishments when everything seems to be piling up and you just are feeling negative. Start thinking about all the things that are really going well. Okay. And then for those of you who have had the opportunity to see Joseph McClendon III, my favorite strategy recently is the shaking my ass. Okay. So whenever you're feeling negative, you need to just stop. And I have done this, I have used this. You need to just stop in your tracks and you go, you know what? I'm okay. I got to regroup. And I stop and I take a deep breath. And just depending on where I am, I might be shaking my ass. Maybe you need to turn some music on. Maybe you need to do that and retrain yourself, reset your mind to move forward. And that really, I know it sounds crazy, but it has helped me. We have put music on at home more. I mean, we always kind of listen to music, but we put music on at home more recently because I can just dance through cleaning and doing whatever. And it's almost impossible to feel negative when you're shaking your ass. I mean, just saying. Okay. So the other thing is to get rid of negative people in your life. So Jim definitely took this one to heart when we came back from Keto Academy and more. Do you want to tell this quick story? He tends to get long-winded.
I just said, screw it. I'm not letting my work affect me anymore. Mm-hmm. The people at my work, the whole negative atmosphere, I'm fine. When I'm outside of work, when I had to get dressed to go to work, I'm from the moment I'm putting my uniform on, I'm like, shit, here we go.
And so he needed to remove himself from that. And I've known for the last couple of years that this has been sucking the life out of him. And he needed to come to that realization. And after Keto Academy and more, and just being around happy people. And the first day he went back to work, he called me and he said, I can't do this anymore. I cannot be around this negativity for one more day. And so we needed to, we just made the decision and made sacrifices. And it's been great since he's been home. Yeah. So will he stay home? I don't know. We're going on the ketone tour, but all I know is that being outside of that negative atmosphere has really helped. And I think it's going to still be a process for him to regain everything that he's lost over the last, 14 years of just the constant negativity. But another thing is, don't feed into other people's drama. Don't do it.
Don't.
Somebody else has drama, stay out of it, okay? Because it is one way to just pull yourself right down the negative hole. So stay out of other people's drama. Maybe get rid of TV. Don't watch TV. Stacy, what are you laughing at? Okay, don't watch TV, okay? Because TV is really negative.
Oh, a lot of negativity going on right now in the news. You guys are all following it. All the shootings, bad stuff. I mean, it's news, but there's a lot more negativity. And just like Dr. Ford said, throw that TV away. Get rid of it.
Yeah, if you can do that. We pretty much do that. Sports is the only thing that's on at our house. Okay. And then sometimes you need to physically remove yourself from being around negative people, in the sense of, like, there is a particular person that I work with who sometimes comes into the break room, pretty much every day, and it's something else that they're complaining about, bitching about, wanting you to complain about. And recently I've just been getting up and leaving because I'm either irritated with her or I'm irritated with the situation or whatever. So you just have to remove yourself from it and get out of, take yourself away. The next thing is to listen to and read positive information daily. So whatever that is for you, and we could, a long list of things. We've just really started. We've just been cracking the surface. I know Jess and Nick and Kelly and Missy and the list goes on, Tony, they have lists and lists of things that if you want positive inspiration, they have it for you and can meet up. I love Rachel Hollis. I love Mel Robbins. Jim loves Gary John Bishop.
Stop doing that shit.
And so, they help you get out of your own way, basically. Get out of your own mind, get out of your own way, and be positive about your life. The other thing that I thought was kind of corny and weird when I first heard it, but it totally works, is to speak positive affirmations daily. I am statements. So I am powerful. I am worthy. I am badass. I'm a leader. I'm a rank 6. I'm a whatever your goals are, whatever you think you are, whatever you think you want to be, you are. Your I am statements are powerful. Write them down, put them in your phone, read them often, put them on a sticky note on your mirror in the bathroom. Wherever you look, at your desk at work, make your I am statements and listen or read them, say them over and over again, and believe them. Add to them. I add to mine. And that was hard. That was something we worked through at More, and that's hard. It's hard to say, what am I really good at? What am I? But sit down and think about it, because let me tell you something. We all are badass, just simply. So lots of other things. And they must be I am statements, not, well, maybe I am, or not I'll try, but I will and I am. Like, I will do this. I will, whatever. It has to be positive, and you will. Nick corrects me all the time because I say, not really good at Instagram. He goes, you are good at Instagram, and you will be good at Instagram. So, you just have to say, you have to believe in yourself. Do not take yourself to a place of negativity. Positivity always. We're already in the right place, surrounding ourselves by so many positive people. And so I know we don't always do call to actions on these. We typically do that on our Rhino Morning calls. But guys, download a new book this week, something positive. If you need suggestions, reach out to us, Nick, Kelly, whoever, Jim and I. I've got a list that I've listened to already that's been really helpful. And then write down your I am statements. Really think about it. Write it down. Maybe write it down a couple times this week and really try to separate yourself from the negativity and just really try to set your day every day out on a positive foot. So I think that's all we have. I hope that, what's this?
212 degrees, the extra degree.
Yeah. Who's sharing that? Nick, is that you? Anyway, maybe that's the next.
That was me. It's a really good book recommendation. It's only 40 minutes long. If you turn the speed up, you can listen to it in 20 minutes if you're crazy. But it's a really good book recommendation. It's a good one to start with because it's only 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we'll read that one or listen to it on the way home because we didn't listen to that one yet.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. And all right, I'm going to end the recording now.